So City killed already one of your questions, eh?
Afternoon, everyone. Who'd like to kick it off?
Jurgen, if I can just ask your thoughts on the performance today, was it as much about the result as anything else?
Yeah, of course. No doubt about that. These games can go either way. It's like if you score early, really early, and then just get in kind of a flow, then it can go one direction. But it's not very likely, and it's really unlikely that after international break you see the best game of the season. So we had to work through this game against a very well organized Watford side. Roy is doing a really incredible job. They didn't, after 1-0 down, nothing changed, going for counter-attacks when the players came on, going for counter-attacks, these kind of things makes it uncomfortable. And so we had in the first half, obviously, the one scary moment when Ali had this incredible save. But we scored our goal nice and kept it controlled, which is the most important thing. And then scoring the second was obviously a kind of a relief. And win a game. It's all we wanted. The boys delivered, and so now we can carry on.
Saw your celebrations at the final whistle when you were top of the league, as you said. You've scored already. Does that show that this title race is going to be like that all the way? You can't give an inch.
No, you can't give an inch, but it's nothing to do with being on top of the table. I didn't think about that in the moment. I was just happy to win the game and having now 72 points or whatever. Hopefully. So to keep it a title race, we have to win our football games. Otherwise, it will be really tricky. And the next Premier League game, obviously, is a big one. We will not hide from that, and so it's all good. But now we have a Champions League game to play, which is as important. And 3 days time to prepare that. Benfica is one, and then we go from there.
You look pretty relaxed. Does it feel that relaxed at this point in the season is going to be the most intense couple of weeks?
It is, but I really appreciate the situation we are in. I told the boys yesterday we had the first time when we were all together. Somebody would have told us in the summer, in a really good preseason which we had, that we are end of March, early April, in the situation we are in all competition, won one trophy in all competitions, and the full squad available. Hopefully, this will stay forever. We all would have taken it. So absolutely. So, and the only better situation would have been, because in the cup competition we couldn't be further. The only better if we are 20 points ahead of City, but that's not possible actually, or not, and that's why. It's all fine like it is, and I enjoy the situation. That's true. And I don't think, so how I said before, we are not favored in one of the competitions we are in, but who cares? We will give it a try.
That's where managing the stress with players, just say this is
Nothing to nothing to do with managing. It's just I feel like this, so it's not that I pretend to be in that mood. I cannot change it, and the boys hopefully see it similar. It's not managing the situation or the pressure or whatever. So if people see the situation like pressure, I'm not sure I can change that. If they see it as an opportunity, I think it's the right way to do, because we create a basis which we could use, but nobody knows, because the opponents have their own targets and they really go for it. And I know people said Watford is pretty much easy game, whatever. We knew before, and we saw today it's not easy. Then probably people waved us already through to the semi-finals of the Champions League, because Benfica is Benfica, and that's all a joke. So I cannot see situations like this. Benfica is extremely strong, especially when you let them be, and that's what we have to think about now, how we can deny that, and that's it.
Chris Basket.
The belief come from. We didn't have a lot of opportunities or alternatives to do it differently, like because we are 14 points behind City. Then that means you are in trouble with qualifying for the Champions League if the others are not 15 points away as well, so or 20 points in the best way. So that was the reason we had to. You have to. If you cannot become champion, you have to. But we have to qualify for the Champions League, and that's why there was no reason to think about anything different. And the rest came then. We had no influence in that. We had no chance to influence City's games since then. And I saw some of them, even when I didn't win. The performance level was incredible. So we didn't really think about it. We want to qualify for the Champions League. We want to come in the cup competition as far as possible, and if possible, win it, of course. And the rest is just happened while we are trying to play the best football possible. Today we didn't obviously not play the best football possible, but it was good enough to be the deserved winner of a football game, and that must be sometimes just enough. And I was really happy today with the whole stuff we came through. I didn't expect that for 1 second that we will be flying today, but we had good moments, lesser good moments, once where we needed Ali, 2 nice goals, and all good.
In the back row.
Yeah, and what's your view on the penalty? Because basically said you were maybe as confused as he was.
Yeah. I didn't see the situation back. I asked, and somebody said it was around the corner, but it was in the second post area. So I can now say I didn't see it yet, but I can tell you how often I watched football games in my life and how often I said that must be a penalty, because it should not be allowed. If the ball is going there or not, if you why you wrestle in the 18-yard box. It's just, I think we all want to see goals. And if you can see more goals, if we just say you have to defend football set pieces legally, so and if you take somebody and bring him down, it's a penalty for me, even when the ball is not around. It was always like this. I always saw it like this, but never happened. But again, I didn't see it back. I don't know exactly how this situation was, but yes, I was surprised that he went for the screen.
So it's not been mentioned in the dressing room. What did he say? This was nailed on.
No, I spoke only briefly with the boys and said what I had to say, and then I left for interviews.
Last couple. Paul Joyce.
The ability of players to come in and step up is going to be important in the league. Joe Gomez doesn't have a frustrating season, but comes in and creates the first goal. What does that say about his mentality?
Yeah.
Is it a good message for all the squad?
Yeah. Not only this today, but this as well. So we had now really from the bench a lot of game changers in the games, but even when we rotated and the boys started, they never disappointed. And Joy obviously was the opposite of disappointing today. It was pretty clear Joy could unfortunately train with us the full week because he was not on international duty, but then we already knew that it will be tight for Trent. Or in the beginning of the week we didn't even know if there's a chance. Now we saw obviously there was a chance, but because we saw Joey the whole week in training, it was clear that he will start there, and he did really well. And he could have set up a second goal. Second half, the cross was an incredible one as well. Defensively, we don't have to talk. Offensively, some really good moments and some not so good moments, because then you do see that the positioning against a deep sitting opponent, then it's not so easy to find the right position in these moments, and we are usually a bit more flexible there, but that's all fine. Joe is an outstanding football player, and yeah, he will play a lot of games during his career, 100%, and he will play here a lot of games definitely. And so this season was tricky so far for him, but who knows how these things can change. So and he's obviously ready to use the opportunity when he gets it.
Last two. Take the gentleman with the scarf and then finish with Dave Maddox.
Yeah, just a quick one. Any injury worries ahead of Tuesday? Curtis Jones came off.
Yeah, he not sure it's a concern yet. He just wanted a strapping, so he twisted his ankle, wanted a strapping, but we wanted to change anyway, so that was then, he got a strapping obviously, but after he came off, but he could obviously walk normal, but I didn't see him yet. I think if, then that should be the only one. So Joel Matip had obviously looked like a golf ball here, but it was nothing serious. It was just a bruise and swole up a little bit, but he said no, he's completely fine, because that's why he had the strapping there. That's it, pretty sure.
Dave.
Diogo's goal, it's kind of the movement was reminiscent of Robbie Fowler.
Oh.
And I just wondered whether, was that
something you always spotted in him before you bought him? Or is it something you developed in the... Because I know you work with him a lot on the movement.
Yeah, but that's yeah, both probably. So it was always clear that Diogo is not a pure winger. Diogo is a striker who can defend the wing and play on the wing, both wings. Thank God, played for us all three positions up front, and just did always really well. Today, in a game like this, it's really important that the boys play the game and not the position. That means you have to end up in these kind of situations where we struggle sometimes, that we are a bit too static. This was a very fluent situation where obviously Joey was higher, got the ball, great cross, but then if there's nobody, it's still the same cross with no output, no outcome, and so no, great goal, absolutely. And he is that guy, and it was for sure always in him. But I said it now a couple of times. At Wolves, he had to play. He had a different job, and he did that job that good that we thought we want him. And since he's coming, he improved a lot. That is a little bit up to his age. He's growing into the top world-class striker role step by step, and it's obviously delivering for Portugal pretty consistently, which is a difficult job to do there with all the offensive talent they have. So he's actually he's the player we thought he will be, and even a little bit better.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching the video. If you would like to, check out redmenplus.com, our Liverpool streaming service and bonus content site that gives you more Redmen TV studio shows and documentaries, features and interviews, as well as a whole lot of podcast content as well. Head to redmenplus.com by clicking the button, go and subscribe, and yeah, fill your boots on amazing Liverpool content.